All right, here we go. Your name and where you from?
My name's T. From Atlanta, the west side of Atlanta, Zone 1, Bankhead area. Been down here in Jax for about 7 years now. Making my way back to Georgia, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay, so what advice would you give young people starting off in the dating world today? Like, what are some key points you would rather them pay attention to?
Properly vet the person. Like, spend enough time with them. Don't just go for the, you know what I'm saying, close the deal. Trying to, you can't really build nothing off of sex, but lust, you know. So seek value, you know. Don't look for something that you have to compromise or settle for, but just first love yourself, and then you know what you're worth, and then you can get somebody that match your energy. You know.
Okay. So as far in dating and relationships, what constitutes, in your opinion, what a healthy relationship is?
Like I was saying before, like, it just, in theory, I feel like a healthy relationship, one that's gonna last and not end in 10, 15 years of time wasted. Well, not time wasted, but just, divorce, heartbreak and stuff like that. As you first just spend enough time with a person, go at a good pace, rock with them how they rock with you. Don't make it too easy for them, And like I said, a good relationship shouldn't be a compromise or a settlement, And like, you build off of that, you pretty much got a healthy foundation to last a lifetime, However long that is.
Right. Okay. In your opinion, what is a true friend?
Somebody you can be vulnerable around. You can tell them all your deepest, darkest traumas or whatever, and they won't weaponize it and throw it back in your face just based off of how they're feeling. They actually have your best interest in mind. Pretty much family outside of your family, Me, myself, I don't call people my friends. Either you family or we just don't rock, But yeah, true friends is somebody like you can be yourself around. You ain't gotta act a certain way around them. They ain't just hanging around just because you got money or weed or access or status. You know what I mean? They there for you because they just genuinely, they rock with who you are as a person.
Word. Okay, I respect that. Okay. In today's society, what do you think it means to be a man in today's society?
Take care of home and be able to stand on your own 10, like regardless of how you was raised, who raised you, where you was raised, you still have like the bare necessities. Like being a man is pursuing purpose, not love. Love gonna come once you're in alignment with your purpose. But that's pretty much that.
Okay. In your opinion, what does mental health mean to you, and how do you feel it can impact the world on a monumental level? Like a two-part question, but
I feel like, especially guys, we don't acknowledge it. So the first thing, like with any other problem, you gotta acknowledge that there is an issue. It ain't just he's just tweaking, or that's just him. Some people really got problems going on. A lot of stuff that ain't been diagnosed, misdiagnosed. But it's a real thing. It's a real condition. I think people should definitely at least be more empathetic towards it. Some cases you can't really do much for, without treatment or clinical, studies or whatnot. But you just gotta, like I said, just acknowledge it and just try to do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Due diligence.
Word. Okay. How are some ways you feel people can acknowledge it, without, I guess, while they're trying to understand it, how do you feel like they can acknowledge it? Or go about a way of just learning how to approach it better?
I feel like it's more so just being aware, you know, just having that awareness that, you know, just because you run across somebody, you don't know them, they don't know you, but y'all have some type of interaction, whether you just held the door for them or like they cut you off in traffic. Now all of a sudden they hopping out their cars. Some people really got problems, and I feel like anybody of sound mind should be able to identify that. Like they're not just somebody who's projecting they bad day onto the next person. They really got some deep-rooted issues that need to be discussed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And treated. So I think for anybody that's just in their right mind to just take a moment before you respond, you know what I'm saying, and react. And that'll pretty much tell you like that determines how the scenario could play out.
Okay. Feel that. How do you think women can be respected better in the world today? And how do you feel they can respect themselves better? Two-part question. Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to women, like, or just like any individual, people don't really look to understand each other, you know. So when it comes to the respect aspect of it, it's case by case scenario. Like, not every woman is a wife, you know what I'm saying? But every woman is somebody's daughter, so you should at least give them that regard, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I think they should just take better care of themselves. Like I said, a lot of them make it way too easy, or they just going after, you know what I'm saying, physical attraction and attributes and stuff like that, and they ignore all the red flags until it's too late. Now they're saying, oh, a person showed their true colors or whatever, but that wasn't the case. They was there in the beginning. They showed you up front, but you ignored it because of how they looked, or the car they drove, or the watch they had on that day. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, like I said, just awareness. You know what I mean? Awareness and self-worth. Like, I definitely feel like they precious, man. Women are precious, but they gotta know their worth. They gotta know their worth, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, they clean me out.
Where do you see black people in the world today, and how do you see black people going forward in the future?
Black people, I think with all of the, you know, the media influence, pretty much like just fell from grace. I do feel like we are, you know, God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we've been taught, you know, and passed down for generations not to trust one another, or to just suspect foul play. You know what I mean? So it's just a constant divide on several fronts, whether it's religion or like I said, financial or economic status. You know what I mean? Like, where you come from. Like, I understand, like, it's different. It's levels to it, like, especially like if you want to peel back layers and go into, like, well, you know, the streets and then the working class. But I feel like that whole us coming together thing, it may happen someday, but with the direction we going there, and it won't be anytime soon, man.
Word. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. If there was one thing about the world you could change right now, what would it be and why?
One thing I would change,
Yes, sir.
you probably gonna get a bunch of backlash for it, but I'd take Florida, right? Run a big ass saw across the bottom of Georgia, and what's that, Alabama, on the Gulf side, and just separate this shit from the rest of this country. It be their own place. But nah, seriously though, I think I would definitely change like what's taught in schools, especially like in poor or lower middle class areas, schools, school districts, and like prioritize like life skills, like financial awareness and stuff like that, financial literacy, emotional intelligence. Like you shouldn't have to get accepted into college or look it up on YouTube to find out about that. You know, like most of the things that we learn the hard way. If it's not taught at home.
Word up, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I respect your opinion, bro. All right, here we go. All right, fix my do-rag. All right, here we go. It's Titanium 10 Poetry. Our perspectives, our opinions, heard loud and clear. Anything you want to say before we get out?
Brother, shout out to Bro FX and the whole Forex community.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? For all you day traders out there, just keep going. You're going to get paid one day. And everybody that's working a 9 to 5, establish some type of entrepreneurial goals, because there's no job that's going to pay you enough to realistically retire with today's cost of living.
Word up to that. Definitely get into stocks and Bitcoin. Definitely. All right, it's Titanium 10 Poetry. Our perspectives, our opinions heard loud and clear. See you in the next one. Peace. Yes, sir.